Hello. How you doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and it is Wednesday. Now, if you're here watching live, you are aware that we are filming this approximately 8 hours later than normal. I decided to adjust my day a little and cause myself some headache at stream time. So, because of that, we were going to just skip, but we skipped last week, and I was like, I have the time. Rather than go out driving, doing my job, let me go ahead and film it tonight, and I'll get it up before I go to bed. I'm going to film this, a couple of the sorting cards for grading purposes, get them up tonight, and then I'll go to bed, and I'll just take the night off from driving because I did not want to put this off another week. And what is it that I'm not putting off another week? It is the 91 Fleer Ultra Wax Box. 36 packs, meaning we'll pull 4 packs out for social media. Guys, if you are not following on social media, we've got our shorts up and going now, which means our mailbag and our pack openings, our extra pack openings are happening on our it's happening on our TikTok and our YouTube shorts. Instagram, you're seeing mailbag exclusive photographs, stuff that is going into display, individual graded cards. Sometimes we'll put up stuff that we're putting on listing on eBay. So check out the social media accounts. You can find that information down below. But for now, let's do this Fleer Ultra Wax Box. So while I pull out the 4 packs, we're going to pull this one here and put it to the side. I'm gonna say that this is a very inexpensive box. There is not a lot of great cards in the box, unless what you're looking for is, veterans and Hall of Famers and PC players, which is what I'm looking for. Most of my 90s PC guys still have stuff, a few like Gary Carter and Mike Schmidt may be done by 1991. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm still gonna get Mattingly and Griffey and Bonds and McGuire and etc. So we're opening it for those purposes. But there are a couple rookies in here worth getting. None of the rookies I collect. The only rookies in here are rookies that are like, I have a box where I put notable rookies that I don't collect. So if it's a guy that it's like, oh, this is someone I chased but never really got big enough, or he is a big name but not someone I really cared enough for, then getting their rookies and putting them in that box I still do. So like in this box, there is the MLP, which is the Major League Prospects run. There's only one card, not MLP, one regular rookie card, and that is Jeff Conine. So if we pull a Jeff Conine, we'll be holding on to that one. And then in the Major League Prospects, there's Chuck Knobloch, there is a Mo Vaughn, there's an Eric Karros, a Pat Kelly. So there's like 4, maybe 5 if I want to keep Gerald Williams. I was a Yankee fan, so Pat Kelly and Gerald Williams are Yankee rookies at that point. So those are the cards rookie-wise I'll be collecting, but none of those really make it into my collection as much as they make it into the one box of, hey, these are notable rookies. I just can't find it in my heart to throw away. Otherwise, we're just looking for the veterans. So here we go. Because it's a wax box, this is a longer stream, a longer video, and so we'll try not to spend too much time what was I going to say? Wasting time. There's a word that I was thinking, but all right, I forgot about this. They come with these chrome stickers. So there's a Padre sticker. That's pretty cool. I like stickers. I'm a sticker fan. Turner Ward, Ed Winston, Nolan Ryan. Now this is not his base card. This is a great performance. This is the end of the set. There are only 400 cards in the set, and this is $3.95. The last like 391 through 398 or something like that, and then there were 2 or 3 checklists, are these great performance cards. So most of them I'm going to be collecting because most of them are stars of the time. Terry Kennedy, Pedro Munoz, Carney Lansford, Randy Myers, Stan Belinda, Corey Schneider, Kurt Young, Don Robinson, Gary Pettis, Scott Ruskin, and Albert Bell. Joey Albert Bell. All right, next pack. So some of the people we'll be looking for is going to be Greg Maddux, Roger Clemens, Don Mattingly, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Kirby Puckett, Tony Gwynn, boo, Boston Red Sox. All right, Todd Burns, Dave Anderson, Gene Larkin, Eric Anthony, Ozzie Guillen, Steve Avery. Now there's one I collect. Not considered a rookie, but 1990. This is 91. It's darn close to a rookie. That might theoretically, based on my. As soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, that's a Steve Avery I vaguely remember chasing. So it may fit into the rookie thing. Obviously, there is no Fleer Ultra before 91. But if there was any card that gave him a rookie in 91 because they didn't give him a 1990 rookie, then it would be considered a rookie to the community I collected in. Oh, look at this. We're just knocking it out of the park. Gary Larkin. This pack was great. Steve Avery, Andre Dawson, and Barry Larkin. Jeff Reardon, Cal Daniels, Mike Henneman, Mark Portugal. When you have 14 cards per pack and 36 packs per box, that is a lot of cards. I can't do the math quick, but 330 times 10 is 300. And then you have, an extra 4 cards and an extra 6 packs. So that's another, 24? Did I do that right? 324? I doubt that's right. No, that's definitely not math. Because I'm a math teacher. But anyway, it's well over 300 cards, meaning in a 400 card set, you're going to end up with most of the cards. Most of the cards are going to show up here. Obviously, you're not going to have no doubles. But if you're looking for something, John Kruk, Shane Mack, you're probably going to hit it. Ramon Martinez. Now, this one here, I believe, is 7 of 10. This is an insert. So this isn't part of the 400 card set. Not a guy I collect, so I'm not really worried about it. But I also didn't look into this. I don't know who the other 9 people are. So we may, maybe that's what we're looking for the most. Find me a card like that of a guy I collect, and that might be the big pull of the opening. Howard Johnson, Marquise Grissom, Jesse Barfield, Jay Bell, Jose Oquendo, Charlie Hayes, Ruben Sierra, and Dennis Boyd. I liked the Fleer Ultra cards. Year 1 was the weakest set with this, but year 2 they started doing the really high glossy stuff. I really liked the Ultra cards. I wish they had stuck around. I wish all these sets had stuck around. I wish Fleer still existed. I wish Donruss still existed in the sense that it did before. Dave Johnson, Tony Pena, Tom Henke, Brad Arnsberger, Kevin Seitzer, Jim Ganter, Dan Gladden, Lee Stevens, Kurt Stillwell, Pat Borders, Ellis Burks, Jose Offerman. We chased some Jose Offerman back in the day. Wally Joyner and Hal Morris. All right, those 2 packs in a row, we didn't get a single pull. After getting 3 in 1 pack. 1 in the first pack, 3 in the second pack, and then pack 3 and 4. Nothing. We blanked. Already out of... Gotten everyone. The whole set has been gotten. Baltimore Orioles. All right. We got Juan Samuel, Philip Spire, Paul O'Neill, Jeff Montgomery, Ryan Sandberg. There we go. Here's one of my guys. Dan Petrie, Jeff Blauser, Darren Dalton, Kevin Tapini. Oh, there we go. Kirby Puckett in the insert. That's nice. So far, that's the pull of the break. Don Slott, Rich Garcias. This is one of those major league prospects, so that's kind of what we're looking for with the rookie. Except we're not really looking for rookies, as we stated. Looking for Don Mattingly. I'll give my most wanted guy until we pull him, and then I'll give my next most wanted guy until we pull him. Detroit Tigers, Wade Boggs, right there on the top. And if I keep pulling all these guys without pulling my guy, then I won't have much left. Roger Clemens, right underneath him. Nice. That sleeve was upside down. Weird. Alan Trammell, number 7 shortstop in my display, but not one I collect. Chris Hoyles, Pat Combs, Al Newman, Doug Drabeck. I don't collect Doug Drabeck either. Bill Landrum, Danny Tartabull, Todd Zeal, Mike McFarland, Andres Galarraga. There he is, Donald Arthur Mattingly. I'm going to guess, not that we're grading this card, but I'm going to guess this is a little bottom heavy. That the side, that the bottom is too big compared to that at the top. And Brian Harper. All right, since we grabbed ourselves a Don Mattingly, I'm going to say my next most desired card is the Ken Griffey Jr. Assuming there is a Ken Griffey Jr. in this set. I mean, it's 91. There should be. I don't see why there wouldn't be. And if not Ken Griffey Jr., then I'd say Nolan Ryan, Mark McGwire, one of those two. Tony Gwynn. I was giving one. You're giving one, Spec. Dave Martinez, Jim Leyritz, Joe McGrain, Dickie Thon, Jeff Hudson, Dennis Martinez. Oh, there he is. Ken Griffey Jr. All right. That one's much closer to centered. If anything, it's fat at the top, but that's nice. I say I'm not going to grade these. Those are totally gradable cards for me. Yes, as graded with a 10, it's still not worth the grading cost. I get that. The chance of them getting a 10 are extremely low, so you're not going to make your money back. I get that. They're my guys, and they're worth grading. I want a complete plaque of every Don Mattingly card graded. But anyway, Dave Stewart, Todd Hundley, we've talked about this before. Mark Whitten, John Ramos, Tom Browning, and Steve Frey. I guess the next card I'm going to say is Nolan Ryan, although we did get a Nolan Ryan. I want his base card. And then, yeah, we'll go with Nolan Ryan as the next one we're looking for. Minnesota Twins. Oh, there's one. Not someone I collect again, but he is a Major League prospect. He was Rookie of the Year, and someone I chased back in the day. Worth sticking in the rookies I don't collect, but notable. Craig Lefters, Henry Cotto, Scott Garrels, Orlando Merced, Darren Lewis, Tim Rock Raines, Vince Coleman, Dennis Rasmussen, Mike Moore, John Burkett, Kevin Brown, and George Bell. George Bell and Vince Coleman, both mid-carders now. been moved up to the mid card because the mid card has now come to the main event. People like Tim Raines and Will Clark, Gary Carter have moved into the collection. So now we have those people like Vince Carter and George Bell, who are the first ones out. The Astros, the National League Astros back here. Craig Worthington, Eric Davis. We don't collect Eric Davis, but again, one of the first ones out. Greg Harris, Jay Howell. I always slow down with Eric Davis thinking I collect him, and then I was like, no, I don't. Tommy Hill, Robin Ventura. Love me some Robin Ventura. Yes, I collect Robin Ventura. Make fun of me. It's okay. Tom Candiotti, Greg Brock, Jack Howell. Don't make fun of people for what they collect. Kevin Napier, Phil Panettiere. This is a rookie, one we chased back in the day, but Dave Bergman, Randy Milligan, Mickey Morandini. All right. But you can make fun of me. But don't make fun of people for what they collect. But you can make fun of me for collecting Robin Ventura. Dodgers. Paul Molitor. There's one of my guys. Lance Parrish. Bo Jackson. That was going to be one of the next names I said after Nolan Ryan. Here's a Roger Clemens. We already have a Roger Clemens. Let's just make sure, since we have one. See if either of them stand out as significantly better. No. Nope. It's just at this point, it's a dupe. Meaning if you buy the, same with Alan Trammell. Not same, I didn't keep them, but if you buy the Boston Red Sox team sets, you may get a Roger Clemens in there. Pat Combs, Al Newman. Ooh, there's a Kirby Puckett dupe, which means that I will be getting one and Shane will be getting one. Bartender Shane gets one, and that's one there's a good chance he doesn't have. Danny Tartabull, Todd Zeal, Mike McFarland, Andre Scalera. Most of the time I give him cards, and I think he doesn't even really, he's like thanking me for giving him cards, but he doesn't really care that I gave him a Ken Herbeck or a Greg Gagne or whatever. Even though we talked about it and he said he wants them, so, you know, whatever. Oh, there he is right on top. Expos. And the other half of the time, I think he would want them, except he already has them because they're so common and regular. But I think that Kirby Puckett, he would both want and he may not have. Move on. Move on, Major League Prospects. That's 2 of the 4 Major League Prospects. We got Carlos and Vaughn, Hector Villanueva, Gary Ritos, Darryl Boston, Mike Marshall, Benito Santiago, Manny Lee, Billy Hatcher, Kevin Elster, Jose Uribe, and Dan Opperman. One of the things I like about buying these type of wax boxes, you're like, why do you buy 1991? Well, we've already talked about that. You know I buy 1991 clear ultra trash stuff. But one of the things I like about it, Kirby Puckett right on top, it's like there's a star on the top of every one of these packs. It's crazy. And a Ricky Henderson under it. Collect Ricky too. Is that because there's nothing in these boxes, there's no major star, there's no major, I mean, there's major stars, but none of these cards are worth even $1, that I don't have to worry about that someone went through them, pulled out the Griffey Jr. rookies or something like that. Jose Lynn, Brent May, Craig Wilson. I know I'm getting, even though the box was beat up and not sealed, I know that I'm getting all these packs and the cards are in there. You know, I'm going to get most of the cards. Saberhagen, Tim Burke, Tim Leary, Rick Aguilera. I guess I could give him Rick Aguilera. Arrivo Espinoza, Teddy Higuera, Fred McGriff, Lloyd Mosby, and Pete O'Brien. We'll give Jeff Reardon to Shane. He's on the Twins right now and a big-time player. Top 8 relief pitcher for me. Number 8 in my all-time relief pitchers, Jeff Reardon. But I only collect the top 3. So there we go. We got a card on the back we're going to be keeping and a card on the front. All right, we got the Yankees followed by the Yankee. Again, I feel like that top is small, maybe even smaller than the last one, but we're gonna just, you know what? It's just a Yankee card. We already have the other one. Brian Harper, Kevin Moss, Robin Yount, Gino Petrelli, Mark Salas, Scott Bradley, Walt Weiss, David Cone. Kelly Gruber, Reggie Jefferson, another guy we chased back in the day, Pat Borders, Ellis Burks, and Jose Canseco. That was a good pack. Now, doesn't help that the Don Mattingly I already had, but still. We still got the Canseco, Cone, and Yount, as well as the Mattingly, which we didn't need. Still looking for the Nolan Ryan, and I guess the top 3 are top 4. Top 4 that I can think of off the top of my head would be Ryan, Bonds, McGuire, and Gwynn. Mariners. All right, we got Dave Henderson, Tom Herr, Dave Stieb, Darren Fletcher, Dwayne Ward, Dan Pasqua, Terry Steinbach, John Farrell, Tino Martinez, Dave Stieb, Mark Sharpenson, Von Hayes, Julio Franco, and Henry Rodriguez. And that was an all or nothing. I mean, that was a nothing pack. Nothing in that one. All right, guys, 2 more packs and we will be at the halfway point. So, still doing rather well. Now, as we go on, the more we get, the less we're going to get out of the future packs because we're going to have gotten everything already, obviously. Texas Rangers. Not a lot of dupes in the stickers yet. That's good. Luis Rivera, Dave Val, Kelly Gruber, Norm Charlton, Kevin McReynolds. There he is, Nolan Ryan. That's number 1. Looking for McGuire now. Gerald Williams. That I said before as we were starting. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We will, because he's there. Tom Bolton. Andy Benies. Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds, not his base, but his great performance. So still looking for his base. Still one of the top 3. Andre Santana, Doug Jones, John Franco, and Randy Reddy. Yeah, we've got the Barry Bonds, which is the first of the great performances. I don't collect Cecil Fielder, but I do collect Ricky Henderson. I don't collect Dave Justice, but I already do and already have the Nolan Ryan, and then I do collect the Bobby Thigpen as well. That's it. Just those 6 cards, and I collect 4 of them, and I already have 2 of them. So, Mark Grace, Mike Devereaux, Chris Sabo, Tom Brunansky, Raymond Martinez, Dave Winfield. Makes me sad every time I see Dave in an Angels uniform. It doesn't hurt so much to see him before he's a Yankee and a Padres, but post-Yankee and the Angels, that hurts a little. Casey Kendale, Tim Belcher, BJ Surhoff, Jose Rijos, Mark Gubicza, Jerome Walton, Travis Fryman. I'm like, yeah, of course I collect Robin Ventura because I also collect Travis Fryman. So get off my back. And Oddibe McDowell. Turns out that, and we've talked about this in other videos too, turns out third base seems to be my position. Aside, well, third and first. Third base and first base, aside from pitchers, where I collect all 10 of my pitchers, both of them I collect 9 of the things, meaning 2 of my players, we're now in the second half of the box, 2 of the players that I collect aren't even on the display. For first baseman, it's Miguel Cabrera and Will Clark, and for third baseman, it's Robert Ventura and Travis Fryman. White Sox, I believe that's a dude. There we go, Dwight Gooden. There's one that got in, like Gary Carter and Will Clark later. Number 7, he will be in the display. John Olerud, Pat Kelly. There's the other Yankee. So now we've gotten every Major League prospect that I considered keeping except for Chuck Knobloch, which is the biggest one. I want 2 of those, one for me and one for Shane. Dwight Smith, Gerald Young, Keith Miller, Daryl Irvine, Paul Ferries, John Olerud, Rob Dibble, Junior Noboa, Robbie Thompson, and speak of the devil, Chuck Knobloch. Chucky Knobloch. And then Leo Gomez. All right. We've now got every Major League prospect that we were looking for. There is only Jeff Conine left of the rookies. Still looking for McGuire, Bonds, Gwynn. After that, it becomes like Henderson, Maddox, Henderson, another Orioles, Bruce Hurst, Joe Girardi. Here's the Jeff Conine. All right, we now have all the rookies in the set worth noting for me. Kevin Bass, Willie Banks, Frank Thomas. Ooh, that's a big one. Forgot all about him. He started. In fact, 91 is a lot of his rookie cards. So, I mean, this is almost a rookie card. Probably I would consider getting this graded. I'll have to check the sides and stuff. I'm going to put that, actually keep it separate because that one is very gradable to me. Greg Harris, Brian Holman, Jeff Brantley, Carlos Garcia, Andre Santana, Doug Jones, and John Franco. His 91 Fleer Ultra, his 91 Stadium Club, we can consider his rookie. When you look on the back of his Stadium Club, it shows what is his first Topps card, and it's a 1990 Topps Traded. So it's like when Topps Traded 90 is the rookie, then 91 is his actual rookie cards in our circle. So this, I don't know what his 1990 Fleer or 91 Fleer, what his rookie is considered. But that is probably his rookie too. Bill Ripken, Tom Benzinger, Carlos Quinota, Eddie Murray. Chuck Finley, Rafael Ramirez, Jeff King, Tim McIntosh, Bill Doran, Brian McRae, that is a rookie too. Mike Bilecki, Lou Whitaker, Jeff Treadway, Ken Howell. All right. Let's start reading off lists of names while I do this. Greg Maddux, Mike Lucina, Randy Johnson, Tom Glavine, Jack McDowell. Those are the pictures I collect. Boston Red Sox. Mike Lavarley, Joe McGrain, Dickie Thon, Jeff Hudson, Dennis Martinez, Ken Griffey Jr. Now I know I already have a Ken Griffey Jr., but we're going to look into that one as a graded one too. Dave Stewart, Todd Hundley, Mark Whitten, John Ramos, Tom Browning, Steve Frey, Dale Murphy, Jack McDowell. Just said your name, Jack. Man, I got to keep reading just because saying his name. And he appeared. So let's see. It'd be McGuire, Bagwell. Bagwell's not in the set. Bagwell has a card in the traded set. I've graded it. It's not back there because it didn't get a good grade. I mean, it got a 9, but it didn't get a 10. But I have the Bagwell. Rose is probably done by this point. Eddie Murray I got. Albert Pujols not there yet. Miguel Cabrera not there yet. Will Clark. So really, we're looking for McGuire and Clark are the only first baseman we're missing. Angels. Leffers. Henry Cotto, Scott Garrels, Orlando Merced, Darren Lewis, Tim Raines, Vince Coleman, Dennis Rasmussen, Mike Moore, John Burkett, Kevin Brown, George Bell, Eddie Zosky, and Greg Maddux. There we go. So another one. Keep reading the names. So second base, I already got the Sandberg. I don't know if Biggio and Alomar is. But Biggio, I don't think he has a card in this. Shortstop, Cal Ripken. There's one that I didn't say. Cal Ripken should be one of those ones, the initial ones that I'm looking for. McGuire, Ripken, Bonds, Gwynn. And Tony Gwynn. And Randy Johnson right underneath him. Good. There we go. Get them all. It's like Pokemon. Which, guys, we're going to do. I keep saying we're going to do, but I really am going to do soon. I'm going to need to do a little research after I buy the box to see what I can get and what's of value, what I should be looking for. But I feel like I have the time now that I didn't used to have. Carney Lansford, Randy Myers, Stan Belinda, Corey Snyder, Kurt Young, Don Robinson, Gary Pettis, Ken Caminiti, Sammy Sosa. There we go. This has got to be close to his rookie, too. See? Close. Lonnie Smith, Sandy Alomar Jr., Derek May. So let's see. Where were we? Jeter, no. Yount, we already have. Ozzie Smith, we didn't get. Barry Larkin, we already got. No Alex Rodriguez yet. Okay. Third base, Schmidt may be done by now. Oh, there's one on the back. Finally got ourselves the Ricky Henderson. And this is a bookend Ricky Henderson. Padres. Now this Ricky is a dupe. So that's a good one. That one actually, because it's, I may stick that for $1 on eBay. Doug Drabeck, Danny Nagel, Ray Langford, Ron Darling, Delano DeShield, Roberto Kelly, Barry Bonds. There we go. We got the base Barry Bonds now. Lee Smith, number 6 relief pitcher in my display. Jose De Jesus, Jeff Russell, Spike Owens, Alvin Davis, and Ricky Henderson. Okay, we're doing pretty well. That was a good pack too. 2 new cards and 1 insert. Just sucks that there's only 10 cards in that set, and I've already gotten 4, I think. 5. 2 that I didn't care about. 6, I guess. 2 I didn't care about, like Doug Drabeck or something like that. And then 2 Kirby Pucketts and 2 Ricky Hendersons. Oh, and we also got another double. This is going to Shane, and Ramon Martinez is one of the ones that we already got. So again, now we've got 7 cards, but only 4 different ones. Neil Heaton, Jim Eisenreich, Ozzie Smith, there's one. I was saying, third base, Schmidt. I do this when we're opening, not when we're reading. Mike Fitzgerald, Bob Guerin, Bobby Bonilla. We don't do Bobby Bonilla. Jose De Leon, Roger McDowell, Bobby Witt. I'm thinking Bobby Thigpen and Bobby Witt Jr. Tim Wallach and Harold Reynolds. Bobby Witt Sr. we do not collect. All right, we're in the final third. They're 75% of the way done. We got one stack left. In third base, Schmidt is probably done. We already got Molitor. We already got Boggs. We don't have Brett yet. I don't think there's a Chipper Jones or Evan Longoria. We got Ventura and Fryman, but we don't have Matt Williams. Astros. Dave Stieb, Darren Fletcher, Dwayne Ward, Dan Pasqua, Terry Steinbach, John Farrell, Tino Martinez, Jeff Reed, Mike Sharperson, Von Hayes, Julio Franco, Henry Rodriguez, Turner Ward, and Ed Whitston. For relief pitchers, I don't think we got Dennis Eckersley or Thigpen or Smoltz. All three of those are still gettable in theory, assuming they have cards. Fisk, Carter, probably don't. Ivan Rodriguez, there's no sticker in this one. Weird. Oh, it's on the back. There it is. Dodgers. Mike Piazza might have one. Ivan Rodriguez was in the traded set as well. There's John Smoltz, which just said his name, and he appeared. Got another insert down there. Terry Mulholland, Junior Ortiz, Ramon Martinez. This is getting silly. Maybe someone opened, I make my jokes about someone resealing these packs. Someone opened it, took all of the, got a complete set of the inserts and put all the Ramon Martinez's back. Doug Drabeck, Danny Nigo, Ray Langford, Ron Darling, Delano DeShields, Roberto Kelly, Barry Bonds, Lee Smith, and Jose De Jesus. So right field, we got the Tony Gwynn. There is no Ichiro. We got Dave Winfield. We got Canseco. We got Sammy Sosa. Got Andre Dawson. Darryl Strawberry and Juan Gonzalez. Juan Gonzalez is in the traded set. When I got the traded set, that thing was worth a ton of money. The Expos. The Juan Gon and the Ivan Rodriguez were worth a bunch. And then the Jeff Bagwell was worth a lot too, but not nearly as much as the other two. And now it's flip-flopped. Chris Sabo, Tom Brunansky, Ramon Martinez, Dave Winfield, Casey Kindale, Tim Belcher, PJ Surhoff, Jose Rios, Mark Gubizal, Jerome Walton, Travis Fryman, Odie McDowell, John Kruk, and Shane Mack. In center, we have the Griffey. I don't think we have a Puckett or a Lofton yet. And then left field, Ricky Henderson, we got Bo Jackson, we got Barry Bonds, we got Austin Meadows, there won't be one, and Tim Raines we got. We all have all our left fielders. The Royals is the Nolan Ryan, great performance we already have. Terry Kennedy, Pedro Munoz, Carney Lansford, Randy Myers, Stan Bellina, Corey Schneider, Kurt Young, Don Robinson, Gary Pettis, Scott Ruskin, Albert Bell, Frank Harkey, and Dave Seguri. All right, guys, we are running low. Looks like we're going to have 4 packs left. Looks like we're going to have a few that we didn't come up with. A few from each position. But we did get every one of the rookies, and we got most of the main guys. This is weird. One turn backwards. The A's. We got Les Lancaster, Eric Anthony, Ozzie Guillen, Steve Avery. I'm going to pull that out just because I want to double check that's not a rookie. Felix Furman, Andre Dawson, Craig Olson, Barry Larkin, Jeff Reardon, Cal Daniels, Mike Henneman, Mark Portugal, Juan Samuel, and Bill Spire. That would have been a good pack early on. We got 3 or 4 cards in it, but they were all doubles. So. The Rangers got Joe Oliver, Mike Greenwell, Mike Scioscia, Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott is the first pitcher off my pitchers list. I'd love to get him on, but Eric Yielding, Alfredo Griffin, Greg Vaughn. There we go. Mariano Duncan, George Brett. I don't know if I've gotten a George Brett or not. I said earlier I did not, but now that I'm looking at it, I feel like I might have. But we'll just sleeve it and then move it into the team sets if I already have it. Les Lancaster, Cecil Fielder, John Smoltz, we did get, Terry Mulholland, and Junior Ortiz. All right, 2 packs left. 2 packs left. Looking for Mark McGwire. We got the Greg Maddux. Looking for Mark McGwire at this point. Said it for a while. It's the one I want. There's the Yankees. Paul O'Neill. Jeff Montgomery, Ryan Sandberg, dupe. Dan Petrie, Jeff Blauser, Darren Dalton, Kevin Tapini, Chris Sabo, there's a new one. I don't know why I put that there. It doesn't go there. Don Slott, Rich Garcias, Tom Pagnazzi, Greg Jeffries, Dave Martinez, and Jim Lieritz. Final pack. Last pack mojo. You want to see the true last pack, guys, you got to follow on social media, TikTok or YouTube. I'll be opening those 4 packs at some point on stream, on Shorts. Giants. Dave Magadan, Mookie Wilson, Steve Christian, Glenn Braggs, Milt Thompson, Wes Chamberlain, Steve Lyons, not looking good, Sean Abner, Luis Salazar, Lenny Harris, Lenny Dykstra, Greg Litton, Eric Karlsdup, and Alex Cole. That wasn't even a good one if it wasn't earlier. We got nothing in that one. All right, guys. Not bad, though. We're going to throw these up on eBay, see if anyone needs to complete their set. These 2 we're going to look into grading. These 3 here are going to Shane the bartender. So good for that. Then we have our rookies, notable rookies that we don't collect. We got the Jeff Blauser. I'm sorry, that's Jeff Conine. Not Jeff Blauser. Jeff Conine, Chuck Knobloch, Pat Kelly, Gerald Williams, Mo Vaughn, and Eric Karros. Didn't miss any of those, so that's good. And then quite a few for the PC. Not going to read each one off. You can just see it as it goes by. These are all people I collect regularly. I already have spots put aside for them, so it's just a matter of me going and sliding their card. Oh, I got the McGwire. There you go. I got the McGwire already. Good. So then it'd be the base Barry. No, I got the base Barry Bonds too. I did pretty well. I guess the Tim Raines, Ken Griffey, Mattingly. I guess I got the Greg Maddux too. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure which one would be the biggest miss out for me. I think I got everyone. I got everyone that really, yeah. Yep, I got everyone. I didn't get the Bobby Thigpen. I didn't get a base or the GP Bobby Thigpen. But I'm okay with that. All right, guys, that is our Wednesday, What's in the Box Wednesday. I do not know what we'll be opening next week. I'll have something. I do suspect it will be 2 blasters or something along those lines of newer product. That, or I will buy something Pokemon or something that route. I don't think it'll be a wax box. We did just do back-to-back wax boxes, which make long videos, and I don't want to do too many long videos in a row. I love doing the wax boxes, but I do need to space them out for that purpose. Not to mention that the wax boxes usually take a week to get here because I have to order them on eBay or something, whereas the blasters I can just go to the store and pick up. So I haven't ordered anything. Waiting for my paycheck to come in on Tuesday so that I can go buy blasters for Wednesday. So I won't know exactly what we have until then. But I will see you on Wednesday, and you guys, thank you for coming out.